projects in our constituency have become a political tool. And because they are political tools, everybody is so anxious to have their projects completed. That's why any setback from a contractor, a consultant, or anybody becomes a very worrisome issue. For the first time in Nigeria, members elected representatives of the people are able to attract a project from the federal government to our small villages. For the first time, there's an opportunity for us to take a primary healthcare center to a very remote village in Adamawa State, Bauchi State, Imo State, Enugu, Cross River, Lagos, through the MDGs. That's why we said, through the National Assembly, we are fast-tracking the attainment of MDGs in our constituencies. So when you start the project, the hope of the people is raised. People become excited. Oh, Honorable Binta has brought a water point. Honorable Arif Salah has a school. There is a place in Bungudu, a primary school. There is the excitement in our community, you cannot underestimate it. But when the project fails, that success turns into another doom. Because then your enemies who want to take your feet will use it against you. They will use that and say, oh, look at the project in this constituency, he has already completed his own. But our own representative, he went and collected money and he has compromised. So that compromise is the one that we are scared of. Some places, the contractor didn't show up. I was one of those who was strongly against having a local contractor to do my job because we have to have one Nigeria. But if we have noticed that to get one borehole, you have to travel to Adamawa State. I don't think it's profitable. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's accessible. Just one borehole to travel to Adamawa State and cross Cameroon to dig one borehole. That the contractor will suffer. Unless if, of course, the contractor gave a wrong address. We have had to intervene in the course of this placement, whereby somebody from Kebbi State was given a borehole in Oyo. And it's only one borehole. I said, what will this boy get? So at the end of the day, 6,500 project is not a small project. So along the placement, maybe somewhere somebody was misplaced in the correct position. But what I'm saying is that the anxiety that you see from members is not because they are accusing MDG or the consultant or the contractor. No, because everybody wants to have their projects as at when due. We want to start commissioning projects now. Because when our enemies say they want to take our seat, okay, look at what I was able to bring for the last 2 years. And when I continue, I can bring more. But if you're a new one, before you even know the house, you have to stay for 4 years. It's not easy. So it is an important political tool for everybody. And I want to draw the attention of the contractors and consultants. No matter how small an MDG project is, please let it be branded. Because if it is branded, you don't even have to work. Now in my consultancy, I work like a queen. I work like a queen. Because people can open tap water and drink good, safe drinking water. So, oh, they are praying in churches, they are praying in the mosque. So these are some of them. We want to change the lives of Nigerians. Well, let me start saying that if everybody is doing their job, if the local government are doing what they're supposed to do, if the state are doing what they're supposed to do, we may not need an MDG project. But local governments are not doing what they're supposed to do. They are narrowing their work to culverts and drainages. They're not providing water. They're not providing healthcare facility. So it is from the federal government that we're not putting it. They are more on procurement of fertilizer. So it is because somebody somewhere is not doing his job. That's why there is this anxiety. And fortunately or unfortunately, MDGs have been placed as the one to do this project. I want to thank you because it's not easy. But believe me, you have to take a very fine sieve and remove the shaft from the grain. Because among your contractors, there are those that want to sabotage your efforts. Among your consultants, there are those that take it as business as usual. So they'll just one will give information to one another, and then the national consultant will call you, oh, Mr. Eric, what's happening? Ah, madam, it has been completed. But I'm just standing near the project. It has not been completed. So because they are informing you wrong information. Sometimes you have to do like a fire brigade. Send somebody that they don't know to give you another aside eye. Mr. Eric, Amina, Mr. Apago, they are not jinns, they are not spirits. They cannot see you if they don't take their legs. And it's not easy for one person to carry your leg everywhere. That's why they have the consultants. Consultants, it is your job. That's why this year in the budget I say I'm going to remove money for consultants. It is your job. You are there on the ground. You cannot afford to inform the MDG office. Because we don't see you, it is them we see. So in fact, the aim of this, the whole public hearing was narrowed to non-implementation of MDGs. I said, no, I don't like negative things. I prefer to assess the implementation. Because by what our colleague says, there is no way to say there is no implementation. There was implementation. Maybe few people have problem and they want us to address it. But we cannot narrow on 6,500 and something jobs and say there is no implementation. That was implementation. So for the sake of those few I didn't get, state consultant must go back and go to every constituency. This is my own call to MDG office. If they don't do that, then they are not worth to be the consultant. State consultant must go back and meet where they are, the other people that they have co-contracted the work, to go to every constituency. Find out what is the situation of the MDG project in our constituencies. Please, your deadline is 31st August. If not, we are going out, we'll see you and we'll expose it. Because I don't believe that the MDG office is the one responsible. It is the consultant in the states who are supposed to do their work. They are collecting money and they are not doing their work. So we have had few that are doing very well. Fine. But those that are not doing very well, they are spoiling the show. In my language, say, why can't they keep atagari? Yes. One bad egg is not a spoil the food. You can have a large bowl of soup, but if you put a rotting egg, nobody will take it. So those of you that know you are not doing your work, please, go back to the drawing board. MDG office alone cannot be in Abuja and be in 774 local governments. But they have assigned you to do that job. And because they have assigned you and they are paying you for this job, please do the job. These people want to come back to the House of Representatives. Some of us want to go to Senate. Some want to be governors. And it is those work. And with some, I say, we brought this from the federal government. Apart from that, our constituencies, for me, I want my people to have good health. Women are dying as a result of childbirth. Now there is a hospital, there is equipment, there is everything. There is even ambulances going to our constituencies. So if we don't do the job, we give the money and you will not do the job. So that's my closing remark. On the whole, I congratulate everybody for those that have come here on that side and those that are implementing it. Congratulations.